This is Samuel Academy channel. This video is about mapping of senior schools in Suna West Constituency in Migori County. The reason for this initiative is to create awareness concerning existing schools in the constituency. This will help parents and students make an informed decision when selecting schools for joining in grade 10. It also helps us to understand patterns in the distribution of schools in the constituency. The map in the video was generated by using GIS. GIS in full is Geographic Information Systems. It helps us to understand patterns, relationships in the geographic context. In this video, I'm going to explore the map of Suna West constituency and identify individual schools and their positions. After that, I will explain how a weather instrument called a wet bulb hygrometer works. Alright, so let us begin to explore that map. I will explore the map by zooming in, zooming out, and navigating through the map using the pan tool. This is the pan tool. Now, if I zoom in around this area, I'm able to see the schools, the way they are distributed in that constituency. When I zoom in, I increase the scale of the map. Therefore, I'm able to view a smaller area, but with much detail. But if I zoom out like this, I'm reducing the scale of the map. Therefore, I'm able to view a wider area, alright? But I'm able to see only very little detail. I cannot tell which schools are here because the scale is too small. So for me to be able to identify the schools and their locations, I need to zoom in like this and therefore increase the scale of the map. Then I'm able to see schools like the following: Magongo Ribe Secondary School, Bondo Nyironge Secondary School, Malera Mixed Secondary School. Towards the east of this area, we have Sagero Secondary School. We have Bishop Okinda Ragana High School, Moi Suba Girls Secondary School, and if I zoom in around this area, I'm able to see Uruba Mixed Secondary School. Let's go back to the western part of the constituency. We have this school here, St. Erin's Raha Secondary School. Then to the north of the constituency, we have St. Peter's Abuao Secondary School and Masara Secondary School. Those are the schools in that constituency of Suna West and how they are distributed in that constituency. Alright, this video is useful for our learners who are going to select schools for joining in grade 10. It is also useful even to teachers when they are deployed or posted to some school for teaching practice or for teaching, alright? You need to know where the school is, where it is found. So this video can serve as a guide. Even we, the members of the public, we need to know the schools around us in our locality. Now, let me talk about the wet bulb hygrometer, but before that, I want to encourage you, dear viewer, to subscribe to Samuel Academy to be able to view more videos, and also to like the video and share it widely. So let me talk about the wet bulb hygrometer. This is the wet bulb hygrometer. It is made up of two thermometers, a dry bulb, this one here, the dry bulb thermometer and the wet bulb thermometer. Both of them are mercury in glass thermometers. Alright? Now, the wet bulb thermometer has a muslin cloth wrapped around the bulb. So you can see these are the two bulbs for the two thermometers. This is the bulb for the dry bulb thermometer, and this for the wet bulb. So at the wet bulb, we tie or we wrap a muslin cloth with a wick that is immersed in distilled water. Okay? So what happens is that water in this container rises by capillarity along the wick and evaporates. That evaporation causes cooling around the wet bulb. So the wet bulb records a lower temperature. In most cases, it records a lower temperature than the dry bulb. So what an observer does is that he comes and takes a reading of the two thermometers at the same time. So you read the dry bulb temperature and read also the wet bulb temperature. Then you find the difference between the two, dry bulb minus wet bulb. That difference, we call it the wet bulb depression. We use that difference to calculate relative humidity using a slide rule. Or you can just check from tables. There are tables called psychrometric tables. So you come and make an observation from the two thermometers. You find the difference. Then you check in tables to read relative humidity, okay, from that observation. So that is how a wet bulb hygrometer works for measuring relative humidity. Dear viewer, I thank you so much for viewing this video. I want to remind you to subscribe to Samuel Academy if you have not done so that you can view more videos and as a way of promoting this project.